Hello YouTubers, just a review unboxing of a Trix 22812 electric locomotive GG1 4664 wheel arrangement. Basically it's a passenger locomotive, but it was also a freight locomotive in its later years by means of a gear ratio change. Maximum speed was 90 mph and it had 2 electric motors on board. I think they ran from around mid-40s, 40s, that sort of era. Fantastic model. That's what it looks like in the box. Now this one, purchased from Germany off a private seller, and I just happened to be at a right place at a right time. Picked this one up for about £150 and it's never been used, it's mint. They normally go for about 300 plus, between 3 and probably €500 depending on which model you go for. This one is a DCC sound, comes packaged like that, really nice. And just pull it out of its jewel case. There we go, and you get the instructions and all the rest of it in the box. No added details on this, and you get it in again a packet like that, which I've shown in the past. And we'll just push it out of the sleeve. There we go. Comes in another box, and then we carefully. Normally I think they have a couple of extra sleeves on either side, but on this model, this one, it hasn't got it. So I'll just flip open the end there, pull out. Now that is the correct way for packing. It comes out the factory. It has a piece of foam here to stop any rubbing on the body against the plastic carton, because these are factory sprayed bodies done to a high standard. So as you can see, very nice, and this is very heavy for its size, extremely heavy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6-wheel drive on the motors from the main motor inside the model. Yeah, very nice. Pantagraphs actually work. They can take the power from the overhead cantery on the model railway system if you've got it. And I'm just going to do a geeky thing here, which I always do. I'm just going to do a weight on this, because it is a really heavy loco, this. I'll have a quick scan, see what weight it is. Put it on the scales. So read nearly 1 kilogram in weight for a model that size. A lot of weight, a lot of pulling power in that. Yeah, so there we have it, a bit of a closer look. RP25 wheels, made for the American US market track. Probably should work 100% fine on the Fleischmann track. I'm not sure about other makes. But yeah, either love it or hate it, but I like it. It's a really nice design. High quality model. Yeah, very nice. Beautiful. Yeah, so take a look underneath the body. 2 screws underneath holds the body on, dead simple. And the metal body pulls off. Really heavy body, die cast. You pick up to the electric overhead pickups. Let's move that over there. And then we get access to inside, easy access to cabs, put a couple more figures in there probably. So you've got the high efficiency motor, flywheel, a large speaker there, and not sure where or what sort of DCC chip it is on board this. I'm not sure at all, to tell you the truth. Let's have a turn round. I think it might be, aha, just spotted it. It is a 21 pin DCC chip there. It's probably looks very similar to an ESU. I'll get out on a programming track and have a look at that. I think it is. Probably a 3.5 series ESU sound chip. Yep, so very nice die-cast chassis. Yeah, we've got pickups on most wheels. The two bogies at the front have two pickups there and two at the other end. I think that's where the pickups are. Oh yeah, we've got pickups on the centres as well, of course. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 wheel electrical pickup. So that's quite nice. Let's get it on the test track. Yeah, so on this model it does come with a Locksound V3.5 Trix, as you can see there. So that's good, which means you can do all your settings on the ESU programmer or the ECOS. You can adjust all your settings very easily, motor settings, etc. What I do is obviously change the address using this software, sound settings, adjust brake threshold setting, which is that one where the arrow is. If you adjust that, you get a longer brake time. It sounds much more realistic than the default factory one. They always change that to a higher level, which means a longer braking time, and usually do a couple of other adjustments. So there we go, that's good. We've got driver's cab. Four cab lights, which is a nice touch. LEDs. You can see the driver there, obviously. I'm going to put another guy on the other side to make it more realistic. I might put a little bag in here somewhere around there, sort of work bag. And that's it really. Very smooth drive system on it. Got prop shafts coming out of the motor on both sides with a brass flywheel into gearboxes transferred into the main wheels. Just fire it up to top speed. You can hear that motor whistle. Rock solid. Yeah, I'm just going to add a bit of detail. Little bag there, some tweezers, which is quite tricky to get stuff like this on, but I'm just going to put a little bag here. There we go. Just tap that like that. Probably unprototypical to have a bag there. Just putting the body back on, and it's just 2 screws, one there and another one at the opposite end, but you've got to make sure it's threading into a metal body to put the screws in and line them up very carefully, anti-clockwise, till you hear a click. There's a click, and then clockwise. Otherwise, if you thread the body not too tight as well, when you thread the body you'd have to re-thread it and use a bigger screw, and you don't want to be doing that. Yeah, so we have the main sound, cab lighting, which was shown. We have low speed switching range, F4, F5 sound effects of bell. Nicely sounding bell. We have F6 horn. Sounds like something out of a cartoon. Pantagráph. F7. F8 blower, motor blower. F9 switching relays, and F10 coupler. Oh sorry, cab radio. And the last one is F11 sound of couplers. That's it. Yeah, just looking at RP25 wheels, differences. These wheel sets are made for the American market, and they've got very prototypical flanges on the wheels. They're very shallow, unlike the European ones, which you can see there's a bigger flange on that, much bigger. So that means it's not really suitable to a lot of different types of track work, because it'll just come off on the points over the frogs, etc. But on the Fleischmann track it works perfect, no problems. I've got a couple of RP25 locos, the wheel sets, and many wagons as well, and they seem to work fine on Fleischmann tracks, so that's one good side. If you're putting them on a rolling road as well, you've got to be careful to make sure you mount the wheels properly, because they're quite liable to jump off if you don't have them lined up perfectly between the 2 rolling wheels there.